This video tutorial is going to show you how to create a part in Autodesk Inventor. We'll actually start creating the cube that's going to set up our puzzle cube design project. I'm going to start by opening up Autodesk Inventor Professional 2016. Should be an icon that looks like this on your desktop. Once the program opens up, you'll probably see this scene or this screen right here. And what you want to do is create a part file. So we're going to create a new part for your puzzle cube. Once I open up a new part, you'll see a screen very similar to this. Now we want to start creating the 2D sketch that's going to create the cube that we're going to need for our puzzle cube. I'm going to start by going to Start 2D Sketch. And what it's going to do is bring up some wood planes for you to start drawing on. Now you'll see there's an XY plane, there's a YZ plane, and there's an XZ plane. You can decide where you want to start your sketch. For me, I personally like to use the XYZ plane for this project. So if I click on that, you'll see how it will give me a platform to start sketching on. Now that I'm in the 2D sketch, you'll see once I did that, it created a little icon here that says Sketch 1. I'm going to create a rectangle, 2-point rectangle, and I'm going to lock it at the 0, 0 coordinate. Just zoom out here, and I'm going to click and drag a box. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop it. And it gives you some numbers, you can tell, of how many inches it is. But we're going to set this through our dimension feature. Once I've done this, I can do one of two things. I can right-click and hit cancel, or on the keyboard I can press escape, and that will get me out of the actual rectangular feature. Now I have to set my dimensions. I'm going to do this by going to general dimension on this icon here, or I can actually click on the letter D on the keyboard, and that will let me click, drag, and set my dimensions for that line. Right now, when I clicked and dragged it, it just automatically dimensioned it to where I dropped it. And that looks like it's like 16.76094, all these numbers. So my puzzle cube is 3/4 of an inch, which is 0.75. Looks like it's small. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm using the wheel on my mouse to zoom in. I'm going to click on this line here, because I'm still in the dimension feature, and you'll see now my cube, which is turned from green to blue, is set at 0.75 and 0.75. When I'm done with this, I'm going to go to Finish Sketch. And now you notice my icons have changed up here. I'm in the 3D mode. And this is going to allow me to create this rectangular into a 3D object. I'm going to do that by going to Extrude. And as you can tell, this is default. Now, if you click on Extrude and you don't see that face, just click on this down arrow. And by default, it sets my cube at 1 inch. You can also tell that there's different directions in which way you can set your object on the plane. I'm going to go up, and I'm going to set the distance, because it's a cube, at 0.75. If I hit OK, now I have a cube that's set at 0.75. And you'll also see that my sketch 1 has also turned into an extrusion. So I'm going to assign a color to this. I'm going to click on extrusion. I'm going to go, right now it's set at default, up here, and I'm going to change it, and go ahead and choose a gold cube. Why not? And there's my part. I'm going to go to File, Save As, and I'm going to assign it to a location. And for the purpose of this video tutorial, I've created an example folder, Puzzle Cube Design on Inventor, and I'm going to name it Puzzle Cube Part 1. Now remember, make sure you keep track of what you're filing and naming your parts, because it will show up later in your project. I'm going to save that. Now for this 3x3 cube that we're doing, you will need 5 separate puzzle cubes. So you can start all over and make another cube and change the color and save it as puzzle cube part 2. Or here's an easier way. So now I can go in, I'm going to change my color again. I'm just going to pick magenta. Oops, it didn't click over, you saw that, so I'm going to click on extrusion. Sorry, I missed that one step. And I'm going to go back here, go to File, Save As, and this time I'm going to File, Save As Part 2. Right? I'm going to click on my extrusion again. So you get to come here. I'm going to name that pink. And I'm going to name this. You get to choose 5 different colors and save it as 5 different parts. Again, I'm going to click on here. Let's go with sky blue. Oh, dark blue. Doesn't matter. Just as long as they are 5 different colors. I'm going to go to parts 4. Hit save. And I need one more part to complete my puzzle cube. Let's make it a different color, yellow. I'm going to File, Save As, and that will be my 5th part. When you're done with this, you should be able to verify in your folder that you have 5 separate parts. You can tell in the icon, my first one's gold, my second one is magenta, my third one is pink, my fourth one is blue, my 5th one was yellow. Next tutorial will show you how to put these in an assembly file to create your puzzle pieces.